Hello, my name is Katie Lanuette, and this is my final project on developing school vision, core values, culture, and curriculum. Vision statement and core values. I've been teaching in the town of Chelmsford for 17 years as a 7th grade social studies teacher. Since 2018, I've also served as an executive officer of the Teachers Union, which has often required working closely with members of administration at all levels in the school district. These experiences have allowed me to cement a solid foundation on which to start building my own administration skills, values, and beliefs on how a school system should function under an effective administrator. According to an article written by Pamela Mendels titled The Effective Principal, effective leadership begins with the development of a school-wide vision of commitment to high standards and the success of all students. This would be where the principles of my vision statement as an administrator would be rooted. Principals should cement their vision and core values around truly believing that all students are capable of achieving high levels of success in their schools. This needs to include making it a priority to ensure that all students have equal access to curriculum regardless of their abilities or disabilities. School culture. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines culture as the set of shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterizes an institution or organization. A positive school culture is one that promotes a sense of belonging in students and staff, creates a shared vision of what a successful school looks like, and builds a sense of community within the school. Doing this successfully requires principals to address many different components within the literal and figurative infrastructure of the school. So how do we create this? School leaders need to create a safe space for students to learn and teachers to instruct. This needs to be done in the physical and non-physical sense. Schools should be physically secure with clear and specific safety protocols in place in the event of a medical emergency, intruders, fire, etc. Students should also know that the adults in classrooms in their building are safe spaces where they can self-advocate when they need to and without fear. Education is constantly evolving, whether it be through new technology, new instructional methods, or new ways to collect data on student achievement. Principals need to embrace an environment of growth with their staff in order to keep their school successful. For example, providing relevant professional development that is current with the evolving educational atmosphere would be key to supporting this. Development of learning communities. We learned in this course about something called Critical Friendships Protocol, which advocates for the adoption of an easy and efficient process for teacher-to-teacher feedback. Principals need to encourage teachers to use each other as tuning boards for what works and what does not, and sometimes this highlights differences between staff that are both positive and negative. However, if a principal is truly creating a safe environment with a growth mindset and willingness to take a risk kind of culture within their school, then participating in a constructive and critical community of learning should be a no-brainer. Prioritizing student, teacher, and family involvement is so important. Clear communication with these groups of people about current events, important initiatives, or school goals help keep everyone on the same page and informed. Staff should not only collaborate with one another, but also have a positive collaboration relationship with administration, which in my experience is not always the case. Too frequently, teachers are not consulted when decisions are made that directly impact the classroom, and sometimes even student and families are not either. This does not promote a sense of value or belonging, but rather just the opposite. Teachers, students, and families can often provide insights into the classroom and school environments that administrators are not privy to, and that could be highly influential on decision-making within a school or whole district. These groups can be indispensable and should be utilized much more often than they are. Involving stakeholders. A stakeholder in an educational organization is anyone who is impacted by or has an interest in the success or failure of a school system. These can include students, teachers, administrators, school board members, parents, government officials, policymakers, and any other member of the community that has an interest in the school system. The primary stakeholders in education are the students because they are impacted the most in a school system. Principals should connect with students on a regular basis, both formally and informally. They can create lunchtime meetings with student representatives to discuss progress on school goals, conduct student surveys, visit classrooms regularly to say hello, walk the hallways during passing times, or even participate in a gym class. Students need to feel and be involved in the things that impact them. Teaching staff at all levels need to feel and be involved as well. Paraprofessionals, teachers, nurses, counselors, and administrators should all be working together on the variety of issues present in schools today, like whole school goals for achievement, things that need improvement, brainstorming ways to feed positive school culture. School leaders should get them to the table regularly by holding routine staff meetings with agendas released in advance, creating grade or subject level learning communities that are given time to meet regularly during the school day, or even just hosting a staff breakfast once a month. As Jimmy Cassis says in his book Culturize, all staff need to be united as a team and carry the banner together. Finally, parents need to be given the chance to use their voice as well. This can be done through creating opportunities to volunteer in the school, fostering a positive relationship with a parent-teacher organization, hosting curriculum nights or parent conferences, regularly communicating with parents regarding things such as progress on school goals or just current events in general, and collaborating with families in ways they can help bridge any gaps in learning between school and home. Data sets. For a school to be truly successful, all students must be learning successfully. According to Paul Bambrick-Santoyo's Leverage Leadership 2.0, effective instruction isn't about whether we taught it, it's about whether students learned it. But how do we know this as teachers and administrators and even as students? The best way for schools to truly know how or even if students are learning is for them to utilize data-driven instruction. In Massachusetts, standardized testing, otherwise known as MCAS, is used to collect data on student achievement levels in English language arts and mathematics. School leaders should be analyzing this data with teachers in order to identify gaps in learning and then using it to collaborate on ways to close those gaps. In recent years, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education in Massachusetts has also been requiring districts to conduct surveys such as the YRBS and student screening like the SBIRT. Both procedures can provide school leaders with data on students in middle and high school regarding substance abuse, mental health, and a variety of student risk behaviors that may affect the health, safety, and learning of students. This kind of data can help school leaders to make more informed decisions about social and emotional learning and the effects on access to curriculum and achievement in their building and/or district. Educator evaluation. In 2011, the state of Massachusetts adopted new educator evaluation regulations designed to assess educator effectiveness in teaching state curriculum frameworks. The intent of using an educator evaluation system is to help improve educator practices, student outcomes, and identify educators who are exemplary. School leaders should use the system to regularly observe their staff members in order to encourage practice and growth among all classrooms as a positive culture norm within the school. Teacher evaluation does not have to be high stakes or negative, but oftentimes is looked at by classroom teachers as a critical enemy rather than a friend. Regular evaluation of staff by administrators can provide valuable reflection tools that educators can use to assess what their best practices are and how to grow from them. Professional development. Again, referencing back to Paul Bambrick-Santoyo's Leverage Leadership 2.0, the first step in identifying worthwhile PD is to determine the actions teachers are struggling with using school-specific data. Where are the gaps in achievement? What areas need improvement or do not need improvement? PD needs to also be relevant and involve the stakeholders it will impact most, which would be educators. They should be asked what their needs for growth are. Staff access to PD also needs to be flexible to accommodate what time is available within the school day. Utilizing regular staff meeting times, common planning time, or even incentivizing voluntary PD opportunities are all ways to offer flexible but reliable access to PD for staff. Philosophy on curriculum. With so many philosophies and theories of education floating around in the realm of instructional strategies, it's hard to pin down a specific one to ask teachers to subscribe to as they develop their curriculum. Skillful teaching can come in many different sizes, shapes, colors, and even languages, such as visual, auditory learning. Teaching can be a lot like choosing an outfit to wear each day. One day we might wear dark pants, another day bright colors, and it is always evolving with the environment or occasion. My philosophy of teaching has always been rooted in remembering that all humans are individuals that don't all wear the same learning outfit each day. I believe that educational theory exists to help us grow from what we choose to root our own philosophy in, and much like a tree does, that philosophy expands into branches connected by the research, data, and guidelines that those theories provide. Diversity. Diversity can be present on many different levels, with each level bringing different ideas and perspectives to education today. These levels can include, but are not limited to, academic, gender identity, culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, physical ability. When school leaders recognize and celebrate all of these levels and more, they ultimately enrich the school environment and help to promote a sense of belonging in students and staff that will also contribute to a positive school culture. This can be done through monthly celebrations dedicated to individual groups, supplementing curriculum in the classroom, creation of after-school support groups or clubs, or even a school-wide creation of a mission statement on recognizing diversity. Organizational structure. The role of school-specific leaders when participating on district leadership teams is to act as a representative and advocate for their school stakeholders at the district level. All leaders in a school district should ultimately be on the same team. one whose goal is to create successful schools. Equal collaboration and teamwork by all members of district leadership teams is essential to creating an educational system united in vision and core values. Potential roadblocks. Implementing vision as an administrator will not always be easy or free of obstacles. With the many internal and external stakeholders involved in creating successful schools, there will be times when not everyone will agree and difficult conversations will need to be had. As a new leader, I believe the most challenging roadblock to overcome will be my lack of experience. As a teacher for the past 17 years, my ability to do my job effectively in all aspects did not happen overnight, and I would not expect this to happen as a new school leader either. Experience creates a toolkit for teachers and administrators alike, which can help them to navigate the many roadblocks that they will encounter on their path to creating a successful and effective school. This video was created using Powtoon. Thank you for watching.